Welcome back, everybody, to our episode 2 of Hytale. In this episode, we're going to mainly focus on building a house and kind of more exploration. I am doing a voiceover for this first little bit, as whenever I was recording, I was trying to do separate tracks, so that way I can adjust the volume of one, so that way the game isn't overriding my voice. However, for some reason or another, it didn't save the audio for my voice, and so I'm going to do this voiceover. This is a little bit beyond of what I've ever done in terms of editing, so yeah. Anyway, as of right now, I am collecting wood to start our little house. I'm not going to build a traditional house of like just a cube and like a roof. I'm wanting to do something that's going to be over the pond. That's right beside us. It's going to be a little quirky, and that's okay. Quirky's good. I did decide to make a bed, as it is night in this game can be pretty terrifying if you're not prepared for it. But if you are, it's pretty rewarding with the different mobs you come across. And so now let's go ahead and we'll get started on the house. As a side note, we should focus on it in an episode or two on obtaining more food, so that way we are more prepared to go adventuring more. As of right now, the berries and fish which I have in my inventory will be good enough. You saw me punching the blocks, and I do that to count. That's my visual way of counting. Some people, they count out loud. I just simply punch and count in my head. Don't know if that's weird, but that's what I do. As you can see, you might be thinking, what type of house is he creating? Well, to be honest, I have no clue. And that's just kind of how I roll. I did try making it symmetrical, but you'll see in the end that didn't really go as planned. The words I am using for this build is ash and redwood. And then as a floor you'll see I will use marble. But as for now, that's what we got going on. I'm going to go ahead and just skip the portion of me building for the most part. At least building this floor part, and we'll jump to building the walls. Alrighty, let's go ahead and continue working on the house. And see, it's been a full day since the last jump, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and collect some limestone. I think this episode will mainly focus on me building this house, because I do want a place that we can call home in this game. Which, that specific line actually reminds me of a song that I've heard and recently have come to really love, and it's called Home by Nathan Evans. It's beautiful. I'd recommend it. It's not sponsoring this or anything. It's one of those things that I love. Alrighty. What should I do for the walls? Should I do planks? Or I think what I'm going to do is on the 3 logs right here, I'm going to continue to do our ash logs, similar like such, or something like this. And then for the other parts of the wall, I'm going to do I'm going to see how beach looks as a soft plank against this. not sold. What redwood? I think the redwood's going to look better. And I believe those are redwood trees. So let's go and cut some down. Is dogwoods. I think they look pretty. And they make me happy. They also remind me of when my parents got married. They had planted a dogwood tree in their front yard. I don't know why I didn't block that. That archer gave me a run for it. But I took him down. Yes, these are redwood. That is good. That is what we want. As much as I like the built-in tree faller in this game, I do wish that it was more realistic and had the tree fall in a direction. But then again, one can only hope for such features. I imagine that would take a lot of coding and a lot more time to get that published. I did not know this was in the game. I don't know. I more than likely do not have enough wood to go all the way around as many times as I want to go up. But we'll do what we can. Let's see, we had 67 to begin with. Let's see. So it took about 31, which is an odd number. Quite literally. Oop. Let's see. It's nearing Pioneer Day as a holiday where I live. Are there any upcoming holidays for you guys? And what is your favorite holiday? I personally like Thanksgiving here in the US as, I don't know, it makes me feel happy. And I feel like it's the one time of year when my family isn't always arguing. Last night was easy. I was trying to see if there was a merge nearby chest button, which is a button I quite like in Terraria and in some of the mod packs I've played in Minecraft. I definitely feel like it's a feature that makes the game a lot easier to organize your storage. And while it is focusing about building our house, which I actually started, took like some type of boat, if I may. So I just wanted to just quickly explore down here for 2 seconds, and then yeah, go back to my house. That looks like a boat. It is a boathouse, as some may call it. Still don't know if I got enough, but we'll see what we can do. What's your go-to design for a house, either in games like this or Minecraft, where it's blocky? I tend to go for square when I first begin, and then normally I end up doing something where it's most definitely not square. I also found that I do enjoy going along the landscape of the land rather than flowing through the ebbs and flow of how the land runs. You do get some pretty builds after that if you're careful. If you're not, then the builds just look horrendous. An example of this, and I'll have to get a screenshot, which I will paste here, is inside of Rebirth of the Night, a mod pack in Minecraft my wife and I are playing, like I may have mentioned before. And it has turned out to be a great base of operations. I forgot there was an email button. Alright, let's finish getting some wood. Yeah, we get all of that. How are we doing on our memories? We're 15 of 48. Should probably go turn this in sometime soon, but I think we'll do alright for now. Do not want to go near that bear. Yeah, let's see. Right, let's go ahead and we'll do this much for now. I'm thinking of I'm just gonna have one floor and then like an attic type deal, which will be reachable through like a rope or something like that right about here. So just gonna make sure I do not block off my entrance to the upstairs. Let's see, how much ash I do. I'll do this. Perfect. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. I imagine this attic might be a little bit cramped as you get to it, but we will worry about that when we get to it. I've been trying to do more running recently, as recently I had my parents come and visit us and they take us out to eat. Definitely feel like I gained a little bit more weight, so my wife and I were, well, mainly me, I'm running to kind of negate that. Also, I love running. I did cross country in high school, and it was great. I was definitely not the fastest. It was actually pretty slow. But with practice, anything's possible. And I keep thinking when those mooses make their sound, they are bears, which terrifies me in this game. Why am I so terrified of bears? Well, probably because it's the thing I die to the most. let me go ahead and use the rest of that stack just for planks, which I'm hoping I can turn into stairs here in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and give some light in here. It's feeling kind of cozy. Let's see, how do I make rope? How do you make rope? Found it. I knew it was either going to be something simple or something difficult. Okay. Now how do I add it up? These torches have to be gone. Or more with that torch. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how to place that down. I guess I didn't. Oh, okay, there's not. I thought there was like a rim of wood going all the way around, and I'd placed planks on top of it. I did not do that, thankfully. It's just that anyone know how to place rope properly? Do you have to have like some thing to hold the rope? It's good night. Let's go ahead and go to bed. Ah, music in this game is very beautiful. Okay, let's figure out how we make that rope thingy. I'm going to basically go ahead, not basic, I am going to go ahead and just build these basic workbenches and furnace, so that way I don't have to worry about them later. We'll worry about sorting this out in a future date. As of right now, this is what we're sticking with. Essence of life. Planters. No. What is this? Decorative? Pile sticks, rugs, hay bales, a hive. I wonder if that actually does anything. This leafy soil. An ivy wall. I might use that later. Poisoned ivy. I wonder if that actually gives a debuff or anything. Okay, I am for some reason struggling so much here to place down some rope. And why is that? Let's try this. I should be using my axe. Alright, let's see if it has to be up against the wall. No, but we can for sure do this. Man, I thought I had something. Looks like we're gonna do a lot of rope ladder type deal right now. Things like that probably will go back. I thought you could climb that. Okay. I knew it would be so much trouble to place them up. Okay, is there ladders I can make? I wish I had a guide similar to Terraria to figure out what materials build what. I know this is pretty helpful and handy. Okay, let's try putting wood inside of the builder's workbench. Ah. Oh, yep, look at that. There's a ladder. Okay. I don't think I want it the same color. I also don't like that. I just make the same stuff, unfortunately. How does this look? That's one I had looked at previously. Oh, Lumberjack one actually looks pretty great. I knew I said I want the same color, but things change. And it does craft it 2 at a time. Alright, place all those down. So which means we're going to need a 2-block tall thing here. So with that, our roof is going to have to kind of like come up here and like go up to like some builds do, and then kind of start fully going in all around. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this middle part, and actually I'm gonna call it on the house for now. Build another chest to store some more of my equipment. Again, we'll worry about organization later. Now, let's bring some things we need with us. Exploration. We'll bring some food. That's... anything else? No. Food. Snow? I quite realized snow was a feature in the game. Maybe it's already been snowing. I didn't realize it. But cool. I love weather effects in games. I think they're pretty. Although Minecraft is the exception. I think the graphics for rain and snow are pretty intense. And just too much. So much so they can't really see the screen. I think I am... sorry, going back to the house, going to kind of make this come out a little bit, so we have like a little overhang. I might do that with some like slabs if those exist. Let's double check. Yeah, they exist. Woo! Okay. Let's see, where should we go? You know what? I see a little village thing right here. I'm gonna put a little marker. Title it village. And we'll head that way. Is it going to be a place I'm not prepared for? Probably. But I don't care. We'll just go for it. Shields not have health? They do not? That's... I should say durability. Which is good. Winter berry? That just gives you wild berries. I thought it was gonna give something different. What's bigger? Is there a forgotten temple in the current zone I'm in? I have no clue. I hope I find one because I'm getting... I mean, I have quite a bit left before I should... before I need to turn them in. But it's always good to be prepared for whenever you're going to go to a place. Thankfully, snakes are easy and they drop venom sacs, which is useful for future recipes involving more hard ore. And by hard, I mean like, I think there's thorium in here. What can you do with a pine cone? Can you... No clue. I'm so glad I have a much further range to those guys than they do to me. Those are skeletons. And don't want to go near them. Sorry, I thought I heard something like a skeleton going to come after me. I kind of want to just go on top of this mountain, take a view, and see if we can spot that village. We can. And you know what? I'm definitely not prepared. But we're going to go at this in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye!